So we have a schedule for the PhotoVoice workshop, but that should really remain flexible because we don't know the participants yet, and we don't know what level of English that they have, and this is probably varied across the group. So like all of our projects, it's about being responsive to their needs so that each can kind of meet their own objectives within the workshop. But we would start with an icebreaker. A big part of the workshop is participants getting to know each other and building relationships and the peer learning that can happen across that. So some sort of warm-up game we have planned, and then we would move into visual literacy, which is not about taking photographs, it's about using examples of other photographs and encouraging participants to choose which photographs they like, or use words to describe the techniques or the subject of the photographs. And we really do this because it's confidence building, and it's difficult to talk about things when we don't have the words to describe it. So this is a kind of simple and practical way that they can begin to build a language around describing photographs and talking about what they like and dislike. At this point, we would want to be getting participants confident using the cameras. So we would hand out cameras and show participants how to use the cameras. We would do this quite physically through a lot of modelling, and we would really just look at the basic functions of the camera so that it doesn't get too technical, because that's very language based. So as long as they're able to hold the camera, to turn it on and to take a photograph and to review it, at this point we would send participants out to take photographs, because we really feel that the best way to learn and get confident using the camera is to try it in practice. So for that we had an alphabet treasure hunt planned. So the participants were going to work in groups, and we're going to divide the English alphabet up into I say 4, and participants have to find photographs for each letter that they have in their group. So if we were looking, say, under the theme of community, for say alphabet letter F, then they might go into the market and take photographs of different types of food that are familiar in the community, for example. But they would work in groups, again, because we're thinking about that probably within the group there's varied levels of English, so they can support each other, and I would obviously support that process. We would then come back and discuss and review the photographs. This is really nice to begin again thinking about how we say what we like about photographs, and it's quite an affirmative, or it should be affirmative and confidence building when we're sharing the photographs with the group. Sort of teaches them how to be an audience as well as a photographer. From there, we were going to print some of the photographs and think about the existing language skills that participants have and begin to annotate some of the photographs. And we were also going to look at doing some portraitures in pairs, so thinking about emotions. So for example, I've got here written happy, sad, angry, confused, bored, and get a bit of play acting to take portraits of each other in these scenarios, and that's should be quite a fun activity, and get them working in pairs, and people tend to really enjoy portraiture. They might also have different interpretations of these words, so throughout all of this we would be encouraging them to share the words from their own languages and any sort of cultural references that are appropriate, so that it is sharing, it's not kind of top down, this is English culture, that it's much more a sharing within the group, and that's why we were really hoping for a diverse mixed group. And obviously within that there'll be breaks and lunch and energizers and icebreakers responsive to the group and how they're progressing.